Hello, Claudia.
Hello, Ioana.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ioana Sima, and I am an external hypnoperator of the Grifasi method. Beside me is my dear colleague Claudia as a telepathic support. Together, we are taking part in the investigative cycle number 311, the protocol number 1 of the Calogero Grifasi Investigations Department. The protocol we will carry out is defined as mixed because it consists of two different parts. The first part is defined as fixed and is made up of questions that we cannot modify or delve into, except in the second part of the protocol defined as free exploration. This method allows us to contaminate the information as little as possible, and for this very reason, all telepathic support operators are not aware of the subject of this investigation. In case any of you wish to participate in the investigative sessions of esoteric hypnosis Grifasi method, either as a hypnoperator or as a support operator, you may do so after completing the training Fundamental Concepts of Esoteric Interference. You can request all the information by sending an email to info@calogero.grifasi.com. Below this video, you will find all the information about the course. And anyone wishing to contact me for a personal session may send an email to ioanasima.hre@gmail.com. And below in the text section of this video, you can find all my references, all my information, and also all the official links of the Grifasi method. Claudia, if you're ready, yes, get comfortable. On the count of 3, connect to the consciousness of any adult Greenlander living in the present time. 1, 2, 3. What is your name? Say again.
Björk.
Björk. How old are you, and in which area of Greenland do you live?
35.
Mhm.
I live inside the country, inland.
Okay. What do you do in your daily life, Björk?
I, I fish.
Okay. And what relationship do you have with Denmark?
I don't care. I have a real relationship. We are
Okay.
left alone. We just live our life.
Björk, how do you perceive the growing interest of the great powers in your land?
I don't understand. Why is that interest coming now bigger? I don't really understand.
Okay. Thank you, Björk. Disconnect, Claudia. Disconnect. How are you, Claudia?
I'm okay.
Okay. Good. Now go to a few weeks before the international debate on Greenland becomes global. On my count of 3, connect to another adult Greenlander living in the present time. 1, 2, 3. When did you first hear about Trump's direct interest in Greenland?
Some time ago.
What was your initial emotional reaction?
Angry. Anger.
Okay. Which promises are perceived as propaganda?
What promises? Everything is propaganda. These are not real promises. It's just fake. Everything is fake, what they say.
Okay. Do you think independence is a real possibility or just a political lever?
Our independence, I mean.
Mhm.
Our country's independence.
Yes. Do you think is a real possibility or just a political lever?
Not such a real possibility. But still, As we are now, it is okay. We don't need anything else from outside. This independence that we have now, even if it's not a real independence, is what we need. Nothing more than that.
Okay. Okay. Disconnect. Claudia, disconnect. Very good. Now observe an international television screen talking about Greenland. On my count of three, connect to the consciousness of a European geopolitical journalist. 1, 2, 3. Hello.
Oh,
How is the narrative about Greenland constructed in the media?
it's something like a construct. That's how I feel. And we all know that. It's just a construct of narrative with everything that's compounded in that.
Mhm. What information is omitted?
It's most probably about the resources that they have underground and probably other things. We don't know exactly what, but for sure there is more, a lot more than it is intended now to know.
What role does NATO play in all this, even if not declared?
Is the major role. They actually initiated all of this.
Mhm.
We are not part in that. We are simply tools. We have to play as they want us to play.
Okay. Which economic interests are not openly declared?
The underground resources that they have. It's about money, first of all. This is the real thing.
And who benefits from maintaining ambiguity?
Nobody actually. Those that initiated that, they simply need a good result for them. They don't care about this ambiguity. They created that as a consequence, let's say, but they simply need the result. They need to own the Greenland, and that's it.
Okay. Okay. Disconnect, Claudia. Disconnect. All good?
Yeah, sure.
Good. Now observe the official news. Go beyond the news that is published on the physical level. What is emphasized?
I see layers is not only one. There are more layers behind the scenes. One, yes, can be the underground resources that journalist was saying, but
Yeah.
it's not only that. It's also a kind of coverage, all this action for other things that the leadership from Washington don't want to get on the surface. And I see a third layer that has to do again with the underground of Greenland, but it's not something, it's more energetic. As I speak to you now, I see an energetic plane already surfacing beneath Greenland. So it's something that they are aware about, but not fully aware. And they simply want to own it in order to explore, to submit somehow, and to rule whatever is there underground. It's something that they consider it is somehow meant to belong to the powerful one in the world.
Mhm. Okay. What is deliberately ignored
Um,
on the news?
yes, is disconnection, first of all, disconnection with the underground richness that they have. And I see now many of them simply are not aware about the other level, the energetic level that I was telling you about. In fact, what I see now, and even before when I was mentioning that, it's like a big, big, big space underground. This is what I see now. We're seeing next, but now in this moment, I have the feeling it's something huge, absolutely huge, on an energetic level. It's like an opening, but extremely big. This is what I see now. And somehow they sense, but most of the media don't know exactly what it's all about.
So do you perceive this on a physical level,
Energetic.
on energetic? Okay. What? Because the next question is, what do you observe on an esoteric level? So tell me
Mhm.
if you perceive anything else.
So I'm in their opening, extremely huge, and I have the feeling that it is also very deep, extremely deep. But when I sit deep, I had the feeling that it's also on the surface. It's like that depth goes beyond somehow the depth and takes another sense, another direction somehow. In the same time, so this is about, let's say, space. I feel it the other way. Normal, it's until some point, some level, and then it's like it's upside down. This is about space, but in the same time, I have a feeling like the time is somehow modified in there. Things
Okay.
are different there. At the moment now, yes, I wanted to tell you that at the moment it's everything I see, only that. But now, as I was about to tell you that, I had images of simply another word, I would say. Suddenly, I catch glimpses of a sun, of light coming from a sun, uh, buildings, greenery. So something green, some vegetables, like would be normal in our nature. And I have the feeling, the perception that we are talking about another world, another dimension. Uh, so this is now what I see. So if I refer to what I see, I can say that the big hole that I was seeing, it's like a passage, like a doorway to another place. But behind that probably is not only one place to go, but for the moment, this is what I saw.
Good. What is the message that resonates most on the esoteric level?
From what I saw or from what I don't understand?
So, the official news, you
Okay.
go beyond the news that is published.
Okay.
What is the message that resonates most on the esoteric level?
It's like the word would not be the same. It's like a complete change of the word. If what's going on there and um, what exists there underneath Greenland would be open to the world. It's like this is the feeling that I have would change completely the face of the world, and and at the same time, it came a kind of perception not very positive. So it's not something. I tell you what I perceive is even if it's complicated. I mean, I had a feeling that if not only the news about Greenland, but if something from that, maybe a substance or something that exists under Greenland would be surfaced and spread somehow in the world, I simply saw faces and people with different ways of seeing the world, behaving strange. So I was having an image kind of,
Yeah.
you know how like those experiments that I remember in another investigations, that the people that were in that submarine after the experiment took place, they were
Mhm.
somehow uh, out of their minds. So they are not so much into this world, not connected to the time and space that you are living now.
Yeah.
So I was seeing those kind of images, not on everybody, but still I was seeing that on some people's faces, like they are not present here anymore.
Mhm. Okay. Now, observe the Danish government chamber. On my count of three, connect to a Danish politician. 1, 2, 3. What is your name?
Lek
Lek. What does Greenland really represent for Denmark?
is just part of our country, even if it's free, actually. It's still part of our country. We
Mhm.
respect them, they respect us, and we respect their autonomy.
Okay. What is the greatest fear behind the official statements?
We don't have any fear. What do you mean, greatest fear about behind what?
Okay. How
There's
much?
no fear.
Okay. How much real room for maneuver do you have?
We have, we have quite a lot space for maneuver. No, not important what others try to claim, try to pretend.
Okay. Do you feel supported or isolated by Europe?
You are not so much interested in that, but I think they support us.
Which
We are sovereign. We are not so much
okay.
interested in others' protection. We are a sovereign country.
Which scenario do you fear that is not being said publicly?
None. We don't fear anything. These are just scenarios, just fake scenarios that are trying to create, but they don't create us any fear.
Okay. Disconnect, Claudia. Disconnect. Disconnect. Now observe a European political representative from the European Union internally discussing the Greenland case. On my count of three, channel them. 1, 2, 3. What official position do you defend?
I'm just an executive.
And what official position do you defend?
I'm not supposed to defend. I'm supposed to follow. We have to follow what our superior are telling us.
Do you have room for maneuver?
Not that much. Not that much. We try to, but we have to move inside of a precise pattern.
Mhm. Can you express yourself freely?
Not really. Not completely. We have this feeling. We offer this image to the outside public, but not really.
Okay.
Even in our internal talk, we know exactly what are the limits.
Okay. Disconnect, Claudia. Disconnect. Now, observe a NATO military analyst dealing with the Arctic. On my count of 3, channel them. 1, 2, 3. What is your role?
I have to look down, deep down, to see what's in there, what ways we can find to get closer,
Mhm.
and in what ways.
How strategic is Greenland for military security?
It is quite strategic. It is. This is how we are taught to believe, to be strategic. So we consider it that way.
Mhm. What is the best move for Denmark?
The best move for them would be to be silenced and to obey.
And for NATO?
For NATO, we are NATO.
Yeah, and what's the best move for you, NATO?
To go forward.
What do you think of Trump's claims?
He's right.
What do you think about the USA probably leaving NATO as Trump threatens?
These are just games, just external games. Nobody's going to leave anything.
Okay.
With just pieces in different roles to give a bit of show.
Mhm. Now, observe a secret NATO military meeting. Tell me what you observe and what you perceive.
What I observe is the meeting itself. While they talk, they have expressed different point of views, like any normal meeting. But what I perceive, it's a bit more. We all want actually to get in there. We all want to have supremacy over Greenland, no matter what we express, what role we play, and what motivations we let go outside.
Mhm. Which military scenarios are only hypothesized but not communicated to the public? Military.
Mhm. Things behind the scenes, underground operations, secret operations, not what you hear on the news. This is going to be and to take place at some point.
Okay, channel one of your superiors on my count of 3. 1, 2, 3. What is your name and what
James,
is your role, James?
I'm a commander of this operation.
What are you organizing?
I don't understand what you want.
I want to know what you are organizing, James.
We are organizing operations no matter how strong or how far or wide during time will take place, but we will be the one to own that piece of land, that piece of ice, because we
Okay.
need that. And that's it, no more than that.
What are the next moves planned?
It's just like a ring, you know? We make it bigger, we let it go, we put pressure, again, we let it go, just to give some space to confuse people, to confuse media, to confuse Denmark. And still, our plan will rule at the end. We have time in that, but the purpose is clear.
Mhm. Okay. What do you think of Trump's statements?
He's on purpose crazy. He's doing his job in the perfect way. Let
Now,
people think what they believe. Let him spread chaos. This
mhm,
will serve us at some point.
okay. Now, observe a secret US military meeting. Tell me what you observe and what you perceive.
I cannot tell you that.
Why?
I told you already. If it's secret, it's secret.
There are no
We do.
secrets, James.
We do things, we make things, but it's not for the public eye. You will see in the future. There are many layers, many levels in all of that.
I already know, James. Claudia, disconnect. Disconnect completely, Claudia. Claudia, observe a secret US military meeting and tell me what you observe and what you perceive.
What I observe and perceive there is not that a strong activity that the person before was trying to give, like something important they are doing on
Yeah,
a secret level. No, I have the feeling that it was just a bluff, like a fake statement,
yeah,
in order to create fear, to create stuff, chaos, like he
yeah.
was actually saying. I don't see this activity. I see, if you want, better like a concern among them during a secret military meeting, like a concern. Not sure about what, but still a concern. Not about the Trump declarations, statements. This is something that's somehow accepted by them. It's somehow in order, in the right order, the way he behaves. It's something more. It's about the activity that they perceive underneath Greenland. I think it's something about that in connection. It's something. Uh, it's like against their plans, against their rules, and the way they were ruling the world before, with their technology, with their structures. It's something like somehow they are concerned that will be affected in the right functioning of
Mm-hmm.
those technologies that they are running until now.
Okay. And which military scenarios are only hypothesized but not communicated to the public from the US military meeting?
I see now something like a rectangular pattern made from some metal stuff, um, and this is something that gives me the feeling that it's like kind of coverage, kind of structure that they are intending to place on different places, but they don't know yet, don't have the right path to transport that uh, to to make it real, to make it on to functioning.
Okay. Channel one of the superiors of the US military on my count of three. One, two, three. What is your name
Nick,
and what is your role?
I'm a general.
What are you organizing?
A secret operation.
Okay. What are the next moves planned?
to make it work. We don't have yet all the elements. We are close, but we are close.
But what are the next moves?
To get close to our plan.
Get close. Okay. What do you think of Trump's statements?
He's doing his job. We are doing our job.
Okay. Disconnect, Claudia. Disconnect. Disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
Now observe Trump speaking about Greenland as a strategic necessity. On my count of 3, connect to Donald Trump. 1, 2, 3. Trump. What does Greenland represent for you beyond the official words?
A help.
A help?
Yes.
Okay. How much of this issue is strategy and how much is negotiation leverage?
It is a lot more negotiation leverage.
Is Greenland...
Actually.
What? Sorry?
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
I said.
Okay. Is Greenland a final objective or a precedent?
A precedent, of course.
What do you fear losing if you do not obtain control or influence?
Everything. Absolutely everything.
What is the true objective?
To get full control on everything that's underneath. I don't feel good to be questioned about that. It's too big, it's too strong, and too important. We have to rule that place. We have to understand exactly what's in there. And everyone there will thank us. But first, we need to be there, the owners, the rulers, to make sure everyone there after will live their lives as they lived before. So nothing will change and they will thank us.
What is the main esoteric objective?
To own it. I already told you.
Is this an esoteric objective or physical objective?
To own the energies behind, to own everything, because it is a lot more than material in there.
What are the energies behind?
Too much of questions.
So what?
These energies behind can either help us or destroy us. They are extremely strong.
And what do you want? What do you want to do with them? Except own them. I get it, own them. But then what would you do with them if they're so strong? What's your plan?
Make them become submissive to me, to us, the strongest one here on earth.
Trump, why you and why not any of your predecessors did this?
Because also the energies are staying silent in there. We are not bothered by them.
So now you're bothered.
Yes.
Why? What are they doing to you? Why are they bothering you?
They're changing everything on earth. Everything. And we don't want to allow that.
Do these energies today affect the collective consciousness? Do they have an effect on the collective consciousness?
course, of course. This is what also want to prevent.
Oh, you want to prevent. What is the effect?
They open too much. They create little holes in people's heads, and people start to see, start to observe, start to see, to perceive behind the scenes, behind the things, behind the official narratives. This is something simply not acceptable.
Okay. Claudia, disconnect. Disconnect, Claudia. How do you feel, Claudia?
Strange.
Strange. Yeah, we finished the first part some questions ago, but
Okay.
as you were channeling Trump, I
Okay.
asked more questions. Okay, very interesting. Disconnect from there, disconnect from everything. Take a deep breath.
Okay.
A lot of information, and the one that catches my eye is underneath, of course, underneath Greenland. You perceive this energies, these strong energies. If do you perceive any beings living underneath? Because you perceive this, really Greenland with.
Now, as you are speaking,
Yeah.
I was having perceptions of those northern lights,
Yes, yes.
very strong in front of me, and in the same time beings, but not so nice looking. So that type of entities that we see in other occasions. I also see that type of spaceships, like again, I have this feeling of a passage route,
Mm-hmm.
passage.
Of a passage, yeah.
Yes. Um, it's like would be something complex and not unique as a vibration, not something that's specifically clear on the, I don't know, white or black energy, let's
Yeah.
say. Uh, it's very complex, but in the same time follows somehow a pattern that's it's a bit unusual, I would say, comparing with what used to be. Um, yeah, if you want in this
W- what
matter.
what's the majority of the DNA's beings in there? The
Uh,
predominant.
as soon as you made the question, I had a feeling that is not in there. I mean, it's not like the people are living there um, completely on a, how to say, on long period of times. It's more like
Passage.
passage, yes, that one. But as I was saying, I was looking also at places that look fixed, stable, actually, like words that are somehow hanged there in different corners of the energetic space in there. As I said, it's something extremely huge. So as I look around, I see different things. One, I can see also words, entire words, being somehow hanged in there and also connected to this passage place route. But in the same time, people passing by and spaceships and somehow a word on its own, word of energetics. I don't see here beings. No, the beings and the words are somehow stable in other places, but here it's simply this passage.
So this passage leads to multiple worlds.
Yeah.
Worlds, okay.
Yeah.
How many worlds was the first number that comes to you?
6.
6, okay. These worlds, are they physical or more energetical worlds?
Both. I have
Both.
also the feeling that being physical.
Is Greenland the only passage to get into these worlds?
No.
Okay, are
No.
there other places on Earth as we know it to
Yes.
get into? Okay.
Yes.
Um, tell me, you wanted to say something?
I was, as I answered that there are also other places, I was seeing somehow connections between these places, also with the Greenland too. Between the Greenland and other places,
On
places
Earth.
on Earth, yes.
Mhm. How do I see this? Do you perceive that inside, okay, you go in the passage, and inside this passage, do you perceive that inside Earth is bigger than the Earth as we know it outside?
Yes. Yes, this is the feeling that I have. And now again, when you put me there, again I saw those northern lights, and again I had the feeling I lost this nuance before. And now I have again this feeling that these northern lights are somehow part of that passage. It's like something
Yes.
clearly there. It's not only a passage. It's something that protects the space, the passage. I don't know. It's something that it gives me a feeling of a nice feeling seeing these lights.
It's a nice feeling, you said.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it's something connected with Earth itself. These northern lights, connected with Earth, and brings some kind of beneficial thing to Earth. This is the feeling, and it's big because it's a lot of it. It's energetic. That's why.
What is the source of light inside this passage, Claudia?
It's the Earth itself, with this opening that creates the northern lights, is the opening that gets bigger now. I had the feeling that it was not that shiny, that strong, those lights before.
So the lights are coming from inside the Earth.
Yes, are coming from inside the earth, but are creating this shining color
Yeah.
now before that opening that has to do with the outside space, universal space. So
Okay.
it's an opening that connects out and in the earth, not only has to do with the
With the
underground.
in. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now observe from a standing point where you can perceive all the 6 worlds,
Okay.
and tell me if you perceive, and observe the tunnels, observe everything. Tell me if you perceive human beings with human DNA underground.
Yes. Yes. I observed that. But even if I tell you it's underground, still I have the feeling that I see them somewhere above. Even if the feeling is underground, but it's like I would watch me from here from Earth, watching a place somewhere above, really up in the sky somehow. But I have the clear feeling that it's actually underground.
So the
I
notion
cannot
of
explain
space
that.
and time is
Yes, yes,
completely
yes.
okay,
Upside down.
upside
Hmm.
down. Okay. Um, in what state are these human beings? How do you perceive them? How do you feel them?
Superior.
Okay.
Material, still material, but not that dense like we are. Not that dense.
Mhm. Okay. And Trump, as we saw in the fixed part, is concerned about this activity that is happening underground. Tell me, Claudia, why now? Why is this Greenland situation happening now? Why is it opening more now, today? What is the purpose of these synchronicities?
It doesn't have any purpose. It's just the way it is. I don't see a purpose. It's not something or someone that initiated that with a purpose. It's simply that how it goes in this moment of universe activity cycles. It's just a normal way to be. Is them to be afraid, but actually everything is natural and comes in a natural way.
Mhm.
Natural, I don't know how to define natural. It's like it's simply the natural, the real natural, let's say, interferes more with the rigid patterns that were once very well settled on
Installed,
Earth.
yeah. Mhm.
And now somehow they're breaking, and that's actually what they fear at most, the most. This changing that occurs thanks to the interference of real nature from the outside world.
Mhm. Okay, now choose a temporal line in the future, in on which the information of what is underground in Greenland and all the resources and the energetical resources are known to the public. How does it affect collective consciousness?
In what future? How long in the future you want us to go?
In 1 year.
Because on short term, yes, that's why I asked you. Because in short term, I was already having images of strong contradictions, not something positive, not something emerging suddenly good and beneficial for people.
Tell me short term, stay
Yeah,
short term.
okay.
Contradictions, okay. What are the, no, tell me. I'll ask after.
Because I keep having, I didn't take the occasion to tell you, but I keep having, especially now when we are talking about these contradictions, I have again that image of those entities I was telling you in a spaceship, um, becoming more vocal, let's say, more active. Um, and the image as see them is more in the dark, more underground, but still somehow they are connected and taken advantage somehow on that opening itself, even them.
For
So
for
this
what? To
is
do what?
to do their things, to extend somehow their space, their strength, their possibilities to influence life on earth. So somehow even them are taking advantage on that. So it's not something necessarily on a positive way, that opening.
Mm-hmm.
Until some point I see them too like being nourished somehow on of that passage opening, that yeah. I,
Being nourished as in being evacuated.
they are they are traveling, let's say, through
Yeah.
that place, or they're not being evacuated. I don't see that yet. They
Okay.
simply still no. Simply take advantage on that energy. They are using it thanks to their technology, but still that has a limit. That has some margins between they can play with that. It's something that they cannot go beyond. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Because probably as I tell you that I already saw that opening somewhere up, becoming larger and larger, stronger and stronger, and it's somehow them, even with their technology very advanced, cannot cope with what comes from outside.
Mm-hmm. The outside being what exactly?
The outside part of the opening, that
So it's
one
the
that
earth.
creates the link with the everything outside earth, with the energy outside of the earth.
As in outside like on the earth or outside like in the sky?
In the sky.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
They
Or
are there. So as I see them, they are deep inside
yeah,
Earth.
underground.
Yeah, underground. But that opening is becoming larger and larger. And then the being positive for them at the moment will become completely negative and put them upside down completely, even with the advanced technology they have.
Mhm. How do you perceive the immediate effects on economics?
Again, felt like telling you upside down. Again, felt like telling you that.
Okay.
Upside down, not in a good way, but not a disaster or big way. Feels like telling you. It's more like the intention to making it look like,
It's
but
yeah.
not that way actually. It's upside down in a way, yes. I see a lot of tensions, a lot of things changing, but still not that much as they trying to make us believe.
Mhm. And now, Claudia, let's go in 1 year. Advance in time in the future. In 1 year, all the information of what is inside Greenland is known to the public. How is the collective consciousness now?
Even more divided. From the first second you started to speak, I was having more images running
Mhm.
with positive and negative, with sunshine, people centered on themselves, and people even more outside of their minds, of their choices, a lot of distortion. Yeah, that's the word. A lot of distortion, a lot of chaotic decisions coming from the states. And again, this word will be the most significant division. So
Division.
division
Okay.
division between the time spaces, the timeline, sorry, between
Mhm.
people. People will become even more attracted to what they are internally as a
Mhm.
vibration pattern.
Okay. And now, Claudia, advance time to 2030, to the year 2030, 2030. How do you perceive collective consciousness?
Unfortunately, here I see even more powerful that division. I mean, I had immediately two images, very contradictory.
Tell
So
me.
one with drought, with dry land, with no water, with poor people, controlled people, and another one full of abundance of greenery. So it's simply like all the things that I was seeing before, like many options, now I are restraining to less options. This is,
Mhm.
I mean, it's not something that will be exactly like that, like two words, positive and negative, but the options will restrain even more. I mean, in order until that point, every single person knows exactly where feels attraction to go to. That was the symbolism, not
Mhm.
on a physical level.
Yes. It's so the two words that you perceive, the dry one and the abundant one, are more energetical states
Exactly. More
than
energetical
reality.
states.
Okay.
Exact. Than reality.
Okay. And how is the economy in 2030? How do you perceive it?
Um, Normally I should have be again on those two, but the first image that came to me was abundant one, was a nice one, and I saw honestly exactly people shaking hands. That was the first image, like some on a fair trade or
Mm-hmm.
things being done with more ethics. uh, that was the image I had. Now I cannot tell you in what way or another will take place or where, but that was the first image I had.
Of course, of course. And the last question is, how do you perceive politics in 2030?
Came simply a line, like would be, when a passenger dies and the line on the monitor simply doesn't go up
Flat
and down,
lines,
or
yeah,
flat lines.
yeah.
Yes, that came to me like, but not only that, like would not be important, not in the way that will be a system that will control everything and there will be no need of rulers or can be that one too, but in another way, I have this feeling of people not needing or not giving probably attention at all to the rulers, to the state as we know now.
Mhm.
It's looks like to me like a real change by then.
Beautiful. Now come back to the present, Claudia. Thank you. And one last thing, find that journalist that we spoke to in the beginning when you were
Hmm.
when you were observing the international television screen talking about Greenland. And this journalist said that he, the journalists, are
Hmm.
tools, um, and that, of course, they are omitting information about what's really happening.
Hmm.
On my three channel, him again. One, two, three. Hello again.
Hi,
I'm back to
I
you.
can see.
I'm the journalist now because I have questions. You said some pretty interesting stuff about how you were tools and you were the ambiguity is a consequence. We don't care about ambiguity, etc., etc. Right? Why do you participate in this?
I'm caught in the middle. There's nothing else I can do.
There's always something else you can do.
No, I came here step by step. It's not that easy as you think. Step by step, years after years. And I understood. I understood everything. I'm nothing. I'm just a piece of a whole mechanism. And I have to play as they say, as they sing.
What happens if you say no?
I have nothing else to provide for my family. I have to keep continuing.
Okay, so you do this because you're caught in their system.
Exactly.
What if you go out of their system, if you choose another
Mm.
job?
Yes, for me, would be a thing. But on a big, large scale, that doesn't matter. There are so many others that would be happy to take my place.
Okay. Okay. In the future, will you tell the truth on the news, the real truth of how things are behind the scenes? Will you and your colleagues say it on the news?
That's what I can hope for. But I don't know if I'll catch that day during my life.
Okay. Disconnect, Claudia. Disconnect completely. That's sad.
Hmm.
Okay, Claudia, tell me if you perceive anything else about Greenland, politics, something that you couldn't mention about the strategic things, the actors, the
Mm.
population, anything else?
About Greenland is that feeling, general feeling that I have that in the moment that people will discover what's in there, being so complex, will simply change the whole world perspective in general. And as I said, at some point, again, I have this feeling that we'll somehow um, somehow will affect some people, not everybody, but will affect in a negative way, in the way that those people don't expect, are not ready for
Yeah.
such big openings in information, I mean. Will take it on a personal level, will simply break somehow their neuronal systems. Their brains will simply cannot cope with the magnitude of what's in there. Uh, this is one thing. And then I was having, while you're making the question, I was having that image of a blanket that it's becoming too short, too small for the deep state now. And they are trying desperately from every corner to make it bigger again, to cover all the dirt underneath. It's that was the image that I had, and they're really desperate now, and they are trying everything. It's coming from all sides now toward them, from what they did in the past, also from the natural changes that are taking place now on Earth, from the energies that are coming from outside Earth. So it's like they're surrounded with a lot of challenges for them. I mean, they are not feeling secure anymore at all. Nothing is functioning like it used to be for them.
Mhm.
And this is a big, big, big struggle now. That's why all this chaos, all these things that they are trying to put in place in order to bring back the old patterns. But this is not possible anymore. Everything is turning against them.
Mhm. I have one question that came right now
Mm-hmm.
in my mind because you said the deep state, and the deep state is, can we consider that the deep state is also the US government, NATO, and the
Parts.
Denmark
Yes, parts from every each of them.
parts from each of
Mm-hmm.
them? Okay. Mm, if they want to cover everything, why did they shine a light on Greenland now and everyone's looking at it and we have our attention on it and we can learn these type of things?
Because they don't think simply people will go that deep to find those things. They are thinking everything is about, and because the purpose that they are trying to direct our attention to, this is one thing. The second one is also they are desperate to cover other things, and it's not so much important now where they directed our attention. And third, they are somehow forced by the things that are undergoing anyway, with or without their will, in that place, and they are desperate to cover, to take, to conquer, in order to make changes, to reduce the opening, to do things. They think it's in their power to do these changes. So it's a big desperate try to fix things on many levels. It's not only one.
Yeah, I think of it like a big ball of water and it starts leaking everywhere. And they're like,
Exactly.
no, I have to stop the leaking here, or and it
Mm-hmm,
starts
mm-hmm.
leaking in another place.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Okay, Claudia. Thank you. And now I will count from 1 to 3. And on 3, you will be totally into your present moment body, fully awake, empowered with all this new information.
So complex as usual. Seems
Yes.
like. Yes.
I'll say it again that I like the new protocols because
Me
I like
too.
I feel like I like them more and more. The more I
Mm-hmm.
do, the more I like them because I see how we're going everywhere. And um in the fixed part, there's more information that comes out. And I feel like, well, in some cases, the explorative part is less long
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
than
Mm-hmm.
before. Before
Yes,
it was
yes,
kind of
yes.
inverted. Short part, fixed part was shorter, like 15 minutes, and then explorative, and now it's the opposite.
The other way,
Yeah,
yes, yes. And to me, as a sport person, I really love the way it switches my mind. It
yeah,
confuses me. It makes me, oh, what's that? Where I'm going? Who I'm channeling now? The questions are somehow more complex as I feel it in the when I'm doing the session. But it's so interesting. I like this style.
Me
To
too. And
not.
the purpose of all this channeling and of switching so fast is exactly this, is to confuse you so
Exactly.
that you won't use your mental body. You won't
Yes.
use the things you know, but
Yes.
you will be surprised of the
Not
questions.
even sometimes I don't understand the questions. I'm telling you honestly, because there's so much on mental side, and I
Yeah,
simply let the answer go as
flow.
it comes. And
Yeah,
it comes. Interesting. I like it.
awesome. I like this investigation. It links a lot with information that's available about
Mhm.
inside the earth.
Mhm.
Jules Verne wrote a book, The Inside of the Earth. I don't know how it's
Yes.
called in English.
Yes, I forgot, but I read it when I was.
A Journey Inside of Earth. And there's a movie
Yes,
too.
yes,
I'll go
yes,
watch the movie. I love the
yes.
book. See, you can't imagine things that don't really exist. So yeah,
We never know.
hope you all liked it. Thank you so much, Claudia.
My pleasure.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you very soon. Have a great day, week, evening. Bye.
Have a great day. Bye.
Buenos días.
Dzień dobry.
Bienvenidos a este primer vídeo de Disclosure en español y polaco.
Bardzo Was serdecznie witamy na tym nowym wideo, które będzie w języku hiszpańskim i polskim na kanale Disclosures.
Vamos a producir mucho más vídeos en futuro como estos vídeos informativos.
W przyszłości stworzymy dużo więcej takich wideo, które będą Was informowały o różnych rzeczach.
Porque estamos notando que cuanto más se va divulgando este trabajo, estas hipnosis por internet, también cuanto más mala información se está difundiendo.
A to dlatego, że zauważyliśmy, że im więcej wstawiamy sesji z naszymi hipnozami, tym więcej jakby informacji sprzecznych zaczyna się rozprzestrzeniać.
Y entonces hoy vamos a hablar de las sesiones investigativas.
Więc dzisiaj będziemy mówić o sesjach badawczych.
Porque estoy viendo que hay personas que a lo mejor se dedican a una sesión con una persona, se van a algún lugar, preguntan algo y lo poco de información que pueden extraer de una sesión se lo creen como si fuera oro, completamente puro oro.
Bo zauważyłem, że są takie sesje i takie osoby, które robią jedną sesję z jedną osobą na dany temat i kiedy wychodzi tam jakaś informacja, to jest ona odbierana jakby to było rzeczywiście coś niesamowicie wiarygodnego, jakby to było czyste złoto.
Yo os digo que la sesión así dicha investigativa no existe.
Ja chciałbym Wam powiedzieć, że sesja badawcza tak naprawdę nie istnieje.
Entonces podríais como preguntar, entonces cuando haces una sesión a un cliente y preguntas cosas, ¿por qué preguntas?
Więc mógłbyś mi zadać pytanie, więc skoro robisz jakąś sesję z jakąś osobą i zadajesz jej pytania, to właściwie po co je w ogóle zadajesz?
Sí, sabemos que la información en hipnosis está muy, pero de verdad muy contaminada.
My bardzo dobrze wiemy, że informacja, która wychodzi podczas hipnozy jest niezwykle, ale to niezwykle zanieczyszczona.
Y esa información, así como sale de la hipnosis, no podemos tomarla como conocimiento, como investigación.
Więc takiej informacji, która wychodzi podczas sesji hipnozy, nie bierzemy nigdy jako takiej informacji, która jest rzeczywiście bardzo prawdziwa, zgodna z prawdą i oczywista.
En el caso de sesiones a clientes, la información que sacamos nos sirve por otro objetivo. El objetivo es llegar a la causa de su problema y trabajar.
Te informacje, które uzyskujemy podczas sesji dla klientów, służą nam zupełnie do czegoś innego. Celem jest to, żeby znaleźć przyczynę i pracować nad nią.
Pero ¿qué significa que la información está contaminada? ¿Cuánto está contaminada y por qué?
Ale co to właściwie oznacza informacja zanieczyszczona? Kiedy jest zanieczyszczona i dlaczego jest zanieczyszczona?
hay que saber que cuando nosotros pedimos una información y nos llega a través de una persona en hipnosis, esta información sale de una fuente, para así decirlo, y atraviesa muchas dimensiones, muchas densidades.
Kiedy prosimy o jakąś informację podczas sesji, to ta informacja, powiedzmy to w ten sposób, pochodzi z jakiegoś źródła, ale w międzyczasie przechodzi przez wiele gęstości i wiele wymiarów.
Y también pasa por conciencias, por inteligencias. Esa información viene atrapada en el éter por varios seres.
Ale ta informacja przechodzi też przez wiele umysłów, wiele świadomości, istnieje w eterze i może być przechwycona również przez wiele bytów.
Estos seres, estas inteligencias, pueden voluntariamente o involuntariamente distorsionarla.
I te byty, te istoty lub świadomości mogą ją zniekształcić świadomie lub nieświadomie.
Y además, la persona que está en hipnosis tiene sus creencias, su mentalidad, sus perspectivas, sus opiniones. Esta estructura mental contamina también esta información.
A co więcej, osoba, która jest w stanie hipnozy, ma swoje własne przekonania, swoje własne wartości, wierzenia, swoją własną mentalność i przez tą właśnie strukturę całą mentalną również może dojść do jeszcze kolejnego zanieczyszczenia.
Y además, si nosotros queremos investigar, por ejemplo, una persona o un ser que no tiene ninguna conexión con el ambiente hipnótico donde estamos trabajando, esta persona puede no autorizar la salida de informaciones de sí mismo.
A co więcej, jeśli połączymy się z jakąś istotą, która absolutnie nie należy do tego środowiska hipnotycznego, w którym pracujemy, taka istota może nie zgodzić się na przekazanie informacji.
Si hay interacción, si hay interferencias entre un ser y otro, es posible que circule información por las conexiones, por los pactos.
Jeśli jest jakaś interferencja między dwoma istotami, to wtedy dzięki tym paktom, albo przez te pakty, przez to połączenie, które istnieje, rzeczywiście wychodzą informacje.
Pero si en aquella sesión en concreto ese ser o esa persona se va a cuestionar y no hay ninguna conexión, es muy improbable que llegue una información autorizada.
Ale jeśli zdarzy się tak, że łączymy się z istotą, która nie ma z tym nic wspólnego, to jest bardzo mało prawdopodobne, że dostaniemy jakąś informację.
Entonces, imaginemos que queremos investigar sobre un personaje famoso de la historia.
No, na przykład wyobraźmy sobie, że chcielibyśmy otrzymać informację o jakiejś osobie niezwykle znanej, historycznej.
Si no tenemos de alguna manera alguna conexión con los elementos del ambiente hipnótico y esta persona, aunque no esté conectada, no autoriza esta información, pues no llega.
Więc jeśli wyobrazimy sobie, że ta osoba nie jest w żaden sposób połączona z tym środowiskiem hipnotycznym, w którym pracujemy, może się tak zdarzyć, że absolutnie nie zezwoli na żadne przekazywanie informacji na swój temat.
Y cuando pasa esto, hay siempre o casi siempre alguna entidad que se aprovecha de la situación.
I kiedy to się dzieje, zazwyczaj pojawia się jakiś byt, który wykorzystuje tę sytuację.
Se puede presentar con la supuesta identidad de la persona o del ser que estamos buscando, o puede de todas formas modificar o inventar una información por su cuenta, por su personal ventaja.
Może zrobić dwie rzeczy. Albo zidentyfikować się z osobą, o której chcemy zrobić tę sesję, przyjąć jej tożsamość, albo zmienić informacje, które chcielibyśmy otrzymać, tak aby to działało na jej korzyść.
Nosotros en sesión a clientes podemos trabajar porque el cliente nos autoriza a trabajar en su sesión.
Podczas sesji dla klientów możemy pracować nad takimi informacjami, bo otrzymujemy zgodę na informacje właśnie dzięki temu klientowi.
Y podemos trabajar con sus seres queridos, por ejemplo, o con los seres que interfieren con ella, propio porque hay estas conexiones.
I możemy pracować na przykład z istotami, które kocha ta dana osoba lub z bytami, które w nią ingerują właśnie przez to połączenie, które tam istnieje.
Entonces, hay una gran diferencia entre la sesión a un cliente para solucionar sus problemas y hacer sesiones para investigar.
Dlatego istnieje taka duża różnica między sesjami, które robimy dla klientów, aby rozwiązać ich problemy, i między sesjami takimi poszukiwawczymi, badawczymi.
Por eso digo que no existe una sesión investigativa.
I dlatego właśnie Wam mówię, że nie istnieje coś takiego jak sesja badawcza.
Lo que existe es un protocolo de sesiones de investigación.
To, co istnieje, to pewien protokół sesji badawczych.
Hay que seguir un protocolo y hay que ejecutar unas series de sesiones y con personas diferentes.
Więc trzeba zawsze śledzić ten sam protokół, a jednocześnie wykonać wiele sesji z różnymi osobami.
El protocolo tiene que ser único, unívoco, porque hay que preguntar en un tema las mismas preguntas para ir en la misma dirección.
Ten protokół powinien być zawsze taki sam, ponieważ należy zadawać takie same pytania, tak aby iść zawsze w tym samym kierunku.
Cuanto más está restringido ese espacio de investigación, cuanto más podemos tener más probabilidad de tener buena información.
Im bardziej zawężamy obszar naszych poszukiwań, tym bardziej prawdopodobne będzie, że otrzymamy dobre informacje.
Sí, podemos también aumentar ese espacio, pero tenemos que aumentar proporcionalmente el número de sesiones por hacer.
Możemy oczywiście rozszerzyć ten obszar, ale wtedy będziemy zmuszeni również rozszerzyć ilość tych sesji.
Luego, cuando tenemos una grande serie de sesiones, pero estamos hablando de centenas o hasta de millares de sesiones.
I wtedy mówimy o olbrzymiej liczbie sesji, od setki po tysiące.
Tenemos que recoger toda aquella información que es común a todas o a casi todas estas sesiones hechas.
I wtedy musimy pozbierać te informacje, które są wspólne dla wszystkich bądź prawie wszystkich tych sesji.
Esta información común vais a ver que es un porcentaje muy pequeño con respecto a la totalidad de la información.
I zobaczycie, że ta informacja wspólna będzie naprawdę niewielkim odsetkiem tych informacji, które się tam pojawią.
Son pepitas de oro.
To są takie malutkie ziarenka.
Es como si nosotros vamos a un río, vamos a coger este filtro, vamos a coger muchísima arena para recoger solo muy pocas pepitillas de oro.
I można to przyrównać do poszukiwania złota, kiedy filtruje się dno rzeki, zbiera się mnóstwo piasku, a na koniec pojawiają się maleńkie ziarenka złota.
Esa sí que es información de oro.
I to jest właśnie ta informacja złota.
Si hoy podemos decir que hay seres que interfieren bastante con el ser humano y que tienen formas de animales reptiles o de animales a forma de insectos, etc., es porque todo esto sale desde que se empezaron las sesiones de hipnosis y hay muchísimas, millares y millares con esta información común.
I jeśli dzisiaj możemy powiedzieć, że są ingerencje, które przybierają formy albo reptilii, albo jakichś insektów, to dlatego, że takie informacje wychodzą od początku naszych sesji hipnotycznych i są wspólne i jest ich tysiące.
Pero si yo digo que en la ciudad de Nueva York en el 1452, en aquel punto, había una casa que vivía un viejo que se llamaba Tom, pues solo en aquella sesión ha salido y cuanto más contaminada puede ser, no lo va a saber nadie.
Ale jeśli chciałabym powiedzieć, przekazać taką informację, że w Nowym Jorku w 1452 roku stał taki a taki dom, w którym mieszkał taki a taki starszy pan o imieniu Tom, to nie mam pojęcia, jak bardzo zanieczyszczona będzie ta informacja.
Así entonces se hace investigación. Es un trabajo muy largo, muy duro y tiene que ser hecho con un protocolo riguroso y severo.
A więc właśnie w taki sposób należy robić sesje badawcze. Jest to proces bardzo długi, ciężki i który wymaga bardzo restrykcyjnego protokołu.
Entonces, por esto que nosotros ya vamos a empezar a hacer ciclos de investigación.
I właśnie dlatego zaczniemy teraz robić takie cykle badawcze.
La estructura del team, que cada vez va creciendo siempre más, y el número de clientes que cada día contactan con nosotros, nos permiten organizar estos ciclos de investigación.
I ponieważ struktura naszego zespołu cały czas się powiększa, a także liczba klientów, którzy kontaktują się z nami każdego dnia, te czynniki pozwalają nam na to, żebyśmy zrobili taki cykl badawczy.
Creo que ya he dicho todo, o casi todo. Cualquier pregunta podéis escribirla en los comentarios del vídeo o donde sea publicado el vídeo.
Myślę, że powiedziałem wszystko, bądź prawie wszystko, a jeśli macie jakieś pytania, to proszę zadajcie je pod tym wideo.
Gracias por vuestra atención.
Dziękujemy za Waszą uwagę.
Y gracias a ti, Milena.
Gracias a ti, Kalo. Dziękujemy.
Chao.
Ciao.